boy, howdy, we in it. Hello and welcome. It's Thursday, and that means Kjol over here on Long Shot RPG. Thank you for coming in. We are finally coming back after a long slew of one-shots. Back into the main plot and story. I'm very excited. I'm Sir Feffers. I've actually got the names up on the screen now, which feels good. Should have done that 4 months ago. Where we left off last was Lord Outlaw down there. Mr. Critfail Jake has, with the deck of many things, managed to procure himself a keep. We have spent the last session cleaning house, and as the snow has been gathering and drifting in, we're going to be dropping back in around there. Outlaw, why don't you take us away?
I'm Crypto Jake. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram. I do mostly cosplay content there. I play, like I said, Arthalos, the UNT Pureblood Sorcerer Cleric. Just recently took over the Keep. I need to turn Twitch down because it's throwing me off hearing myself talk out of beat. I want good relations with this dragon because I want baby dragon so bad. So we'll see what happens with that going forward. Taco.
What's up, everybody? I'm Taco. You can find me in all places Taco. As Datdirtytaco, I play Styx, the Fearbolg wizard. And Headspace right now, he's invincible. He's never been near death.
Not once.
And not once, not never.
Never happened.
And Offbeat, I did end up painting my hand just now. It's white.
The influence
Well, now you
I
gotta
hold
tell the
over.
chat the context.
Anyone? Okay, so chat, fine, you can have. So chat, I have my miniature painting brushes at my desk, and my new like keep my hands busy like stim thing basically is I'll pick up one of my dry brushes. And I'll just without paint dry brush my hand because it feels good. And Offie was like, "Well, what if you actually painted your hand?" And I was like, "Well, what if I did?" And then I reached 2 inches to the left and grabbed my paint and painted my hand. Because I have no impulse control.
Is that what I sound like to you? Just, well, what if you painted your hand?
Yeah, that's what everybody sounds like.
What if you just did this other thing though?
Imagine a world where you just
But
did
you
that.
look great. But you look solid. Tell us about
Thanks.
tell us about you. Actually, you haven't told us anything about what you've been up to.
I exist. I make a
Okay.
podcast. That's about it. I have a podcast called Trust Tree. You can find it anywhere that podcasts are, mainly Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
All right, who's next?
Offbeat is.
So, my name's Offbeat Outlaw. You can find me all places where Offbeat Outlaws can be found. I hate how you stole my bit, and it's better with you, Taco.
Magnus, thank you for the follow. Oh, the subscription. Oh my God.
Oh god.
So
What just
painful.
Oh,
10
oh God!
Magnus.
Please pray for our alert box.
10 tier 1 subs. Yeah, buckle in for
Thank-
a lot of the
Swing!
Offbeat, go ahead. I apologize.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I'm on YouTube, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Twitch under Offbeat Outlaw, under everything. You like skits? You like it when I show up on people's streams and play characters? Well, support me on Patreon, that's it. But yeah, I'm playing Ziller O'Crack. He's a wacky boy. He's an interpretive dance major who kills things very good. And now also a juke to Lord Arthalos. So he's pretty excited about that. He's moving up in the world.
I like how you invented the title Duke. I love it. We're keeping it.
Ziller
We're going
Ziller
with
would
Duke.
invent an imaginary. I'm a juke. That's not a thing. It is now.
Not only did he
Looking at
invent it, but
something more
Arthalos was
than
like,
I'm pulling
yeah,
from
heck
and
yeah,
all this
you're my
other
Duke
stuff.
now.
And he's like, how about Duke? And Offbeat was like, yes. Oh, please.
Juke crack.
Excellent. That, who's next, Offbeat?
Jared.
Yo, I'm Jared, and I am playing a goblin named Zaz who doesn't like goblins, and he's also a barbarian rogue fighter now. Yeah, he's vibing.
And
as
now you're
always.
subscribed,
Pass it
my
on.
guy. That's kind
But
of.
how
That's not
does
the
he
Luna.
feel about the new addition to the goblin coach? How
Oh,
does he
Coach?
feel about
You
Coach
know,
is a good
he's
bean.
as long as the distance is kept, it's fine. But he doesn't, didn't really like him very much.
Mm.
But he's not too bad.
Because goblins are gross.
Yeah, goblins are super gross.
Yeah.
So much self-loathing going on right now.
Yeah.
It's not full angst though, and that's probably a
Goblins
good
are
thing.
awful, and every time he wants to just, chew on a corpse, it's just drives the nail home.
He just hates
so
himself a little
disgusting.
more.
Yeah.
All right, that leaves us with the amazing Luna Wolf Spirit.
Hi, I'm Luna Wolf Spirit. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram. I do mostly cosplay content. And I play Farron, the human Horizon Walker Ranger. And right now, she's feeling a little at odds with all the stuff that the party has discovered recently and how that affects the tasks that the Jarl has given them and her role as a Horizon Walker. And she's also really missing her puppies. And as soon as it's safe to do so, she plans to summon all of them, sit down on the floor, and just like dog eat pile.
This is a good time for that. I will get to the moon in just a second. Thank you so much for redeeming the moon. So, Ziller, you were taking a nice lay-in. You were sleeping in for the day. You kind of earned it,
I earn everything.
and in your drifting dreams of one-shotting things, something just reaches through your dream, almost like two hands through the reality of it, and kind of grabs you and pulls you out.
The meme.
And you look back, you look back and you can almost see the box that was kind of this little consciousness you were in, and now you're kind of in this open void. Not to panic though, because you are familiar with that who has taken you.
Dude, I appreciate you grabbing me, but I don't like the method and I never will.
Your methods are not my methods. If I was interested in your absolute pleasure at all times, I would have concern for this. Needless to say, this was the easiest way for me to grab a hold of you. And speaking of, I am quite pleased with you.
Thank you.
You have done a delightful thing
I have?
in ridding the world of the Cinder Lord.
Ah, yeah.
Establishing Third's dominance throughout Kjol.
Yeah, Cinderlord was a schmuck anyway.
He was indeed. I am... And you see him kind of... proud of you. I would like to show you something. And you feel your mind kind of cascading upwards, which does not make grammatical sense now that I've said it out loud. You have this vision of the ethereal, and you see this broken, shattered pane of glass. This is something that you've kind of been seeing glimpses of in kind of getting small details along the way of throughout this campaign, throughout your journeys rather. And you can see other panes of glass far away, and he says, this broken pane, you're in it. This is what you would call the physical realm, and it's shattered. You can see multiple fragments of it kind of floating about, and you can see something that looks like water, iridescent water kind of crashing against it and kind of just being dispersed against it, and nothing behind it. And you can see from the other panes moving about. By the way, you have a +1 to your intelligence now. Your mind is expanding. If
Wait,
too
is-
long
wait,
and
wait.
you might break, so he's keeping this
One
short.
second, one second. I'm wearing the headband of intellect, right? My natural intelligence is 16. Does that bump it to a 17?
Your natural
or is that a
intelligence is
plus-
a 16?
Huh? My natural's a 16.
Without
With
the
the headband,
headband.
it's a 19.
Correct.
So would that make it a 20?
With the headband on,
All right, I'll take
which
that.
you don't have right now because you are not in your physical body.
Doesn't the headband just?
The headband just raises it to 19. That's all.
Oh, I
So
see.
it would- yeah, it would keep it.
So
at
if it would just
it would keep it at 19.
okay. Well, you know what? I'm moving closer to like getting rid of the headband, which would be nice. So I'll keep that in mind.
In your mind, it's strange. Like you can feel it. You feel your consciousness expanding at an alarming rate. It does seem like aggressive, which is why he seems to be quickly going through things. You can see the other panes whole, and you can see the iridescent water passing through it and exiting it and moving on to another pane. But none of this iridescent water is leaving your broken mortal realm, and none is entering. For a very long time, your pain has been broken. I was asleep when it happened. I know not why it happened. I need you to find this out.
So you want me to find who broke the pain?
I need you to learn how, not necessarily who. Find the
Okay.
historical. And he kind of documents, which is something society has.
He don't
Which
like
he hates.
documents and contracts. Despite
But-
me being in one right now.
This is not something I can fix. You feel your head starting to spin a bit, so he begins talking faster. There are only so many souls within Kjol. There are more people than there are souls, and something very wrong has happened. The souls are spread thin. More than one body tethered together by a single soul.
Are there others of me?
Yes, there are very few who are alone.
What happens if I kill them?
The soul.
Can I reclaim my soul?
Yes. The worry is what happens when we are stretched too thin.
All right, so I think I get what you're saying. So either we got a few options. So big problem, obviously society is the big issue here. Too many people prospered. As a result, too many people are alive right now.
Absolutely.
So either we let some people die of exposure, or I fix the pain.
I do not know how we might accomplish this. Many of the old gods are slumbering like I was, and are out of our reach. But we need answers. I do not want to bathe Kjol in blood, but if it means... if I have to, I will.
All right. Any relation to you and Cthulhu at all? Never really told me much about Cthulhu, but it seems as though
Cthulhu
other
and I
people are.
don't talk.
Is that like a matter of preference, or is it an incapability? Like you can if you want to, but there's like a disagreement over some baseline policy. Like Okay, I realize when I've overstayed my welcome.
He full on goes to like say something, and then after that last sentence, he kind of, and then he hurls you back into your body, and you wake up, and the sun is right in your eyes, and it's cold.
Man, dude, I wish you weren't so gosh darn annoying. I don't know. We can talk this out, man.
All right. As Ziller is having this fantastic revelation of vision and potentially losing his mind, we're going to go over to the rest of the party. Arthalos sits on his throne in his hall. Lord Arthalos, my apologies. Chat, I would love to see a sketch of that. Arthalos on his throne. That said, Arthalos, write down at some point what you want that throne to look like. Anyway, before you, Coach is kind of standing there, kind of looking about, kind of nervously, stamping his foot, looking up at you.
The quick question. It was stated that the previous session we had that the soul looked like me. So have I gotten to reclaim that, or have I?
You still are sharing. Almost everyone is still sharing a soul with multiple people out there.
Right, but the dead one. Do I get to?
Yes, the last person to sit in this throne did have the same soul as you. Reclaiming it is not really how it works. If anything, also he's long dead, but you're not gonna feel more of your soul, if that makes any sense. It's a good question though. I'll have to chew on it, on what that kind of implies later. Coach leans up, kind of sits up and goes, "Well, are you ready, my lord? The dragon is here, as well as a few others. Last night, he has not been allowed to enter yet. He's been out in the cold. Not the dragon. The dragon's on the roof. A member of the Arcanum approached, and he would like to be let in and have words with you in court session. There's also a few others that we will attend to. This really isn't my job. We just don't have anyone for it yet."
Send them in, I guess.
Okay, right away. He kind of hobbles. You hear and in walks a gentleman. He has almost metal white hair, very long down his back, dressed in a very, very old-fashioned, almost monk-like robes with really long open sleeves. He kind of walks in. His eyes glow with an iridescence. Steps in. Farron, who is off on one side, just covered in dogs. The dragon also has kind of, because he is a very soft and fuzzy dragon. This is a Borealis dragon from the Tome of Beasts. Has also kind of like wheedled his way in, and the dogs don't really know what to make of him. Moon loves him, but we'll get to all that. The baby dragon, the wormling, kind of pops up and goes, "Ah!" and kind of scampers. And he goes, "Oh," and he holds his hands open. And the baby dragon, they're hugging, and he goes, "I cannot thank you enough for helping me return my son, for reuniting me with my son."
pleasure was. I don't know how many of the party is in the room. Not.
If anyone doesn't want to be, they're welcome to. It's safe to say that Ziller might be making his way this way, but that's up to him.
I would be making my way there because I'm like, first day of court.
Yeah,
I'm
so
already late.
you kind of come in off a side room at this point.
My companions and I were happy to help.
Quite. Well, we had a bargain.
We did. Jake doesn't remember what it was, but Outlaw sure does.
The bargain was he would help keep the keep. Essentially, he would help stay and for a time, as long as you are lord of this keep, of this fortress in the spine, he will assist in guarding it. That includes patrolling the spine in nearby regions, and whatever gold hoard you might have, he would be happy to sit on.
We just got the best guard dog in the business, baby.
I offer my services as the keeper of coin. Every castle, every society, like every jarl, every lord has a keeper of coin. They kind of take care of the economy and stuff like that. They pay out what they need to pay out to the servants, and they only really answer to the jarl, or in your case, the lord, whoever sits in the throne.
Your service is readily accepted. I have... What's the fancy word for rooms?
Abodes.
Chambers.
Orders.
Chambers.
Oof.
For you, should you want them, or if you would prefer to stay somewhere where you can spread your wings.
I will make myself at home. And I'm sure there's a cave nearby I can tuck myself into, within screaming distance, of course. He kind of looks around. This is an empty hall. I believe I can speak freely, though. It does not have the stink of curse or haunt in its bones. He kind of steps forward a bit, nods to the other party members, kind of gives the goblin kind of a sidelong look. Also, the warlock that you freed down in hell, oh god,
Burn.
yeah, it's Björnen.
Got the urinin and the burnin.
He also
You got burn and urine. You need
he
to
also
get
he
that
also
checked.
stands off to one side, waiting his turn to come up and speak. Kind of aloof, you know. He's Nasimir. Ozimar. He comes up and goes, "There is a few things you should know, my lord. Deep below this keep is a mountain heart. A mountain heart that belongs there. Many have moved mountain hearts, trying to gain purpose from it, but this mountain heart was placed there by my goddess."
Does the name Lady Quintessence mean anything to you?
It does.
Is that the goddess you speak of?
No, but Lady Quintessent is very much I believe in this era would be called a business partner. Her name is Auroria. She created me to enact her will millennia ago. Formed me after the shape of a dragon. Yarthalos. I love that.
I remember correctly, we've come across one of these mountain hearts that was displaced.
Did you? I imagine it was terribly difficult to tap or move.
We actually came across two now that I remember it. We came across the one that the goblin lady had in her castle, and then
Right,
we
that's-
booped that a bunch, and then there was the one in the sideways castle, which is now Lady Quintessence Castle.
Oh yeah.
You should- Only they who have the blessing of Aurora may harness the lights above through the heart of the mountain. And this is something we can discuss at length later, but I feel indebted to you. He holds his son closer. And so I thought you should know. At this point, the little Borealis wormling kind of goes and kind of whispers in his ear. No. No. We'll speak of this later. Is there anything else you yes.
I wish to hear the young ones speak their mind.
I want to come with you guys. I want to kill stuff with you guys and do cool things. You guys are cool. Come on, Dad.
No, I just got you back.
Why don't, little one, spend some time with your father? He's missed you greatly. We literally went to hell to get you.
You see his eyes
And-
kind of glaze over with trauma.
But
Maybe when you're older, kid.
maybe after a few years, or maybe sooner than that, get a little tougher, learn the ropes from your dad, and then when he thinks you're ready, you can come adventure with us.
Okay.
He kind of sulks, putting his head on top of his father's.
Ziller takes out a notebook and flips to a page, and he checks off "Be responsible once today."
Is there anything else you would speak of? Oh,
Not at the present.
Live moon.
I'll get it in a second. All right.
You disrespect my points.
Hail hydrate, by the way.
So hydrated right now.
Heckin'
My energy's so damp.
But just moist.
My guts be moist.
So, he slowly turns and walks out. You can see a little shimmery after image, much like Farron's after image when she summons her Horizon Walker. He steps out. You hear a and he is gone, flapping, slowly carrying away. Coach walks back in.
Yes, well, that was interesting. You trust him, do you?
He's giving me no reason not to.
Dragons are tricky. Just keep it in mind. Who would you like to see next? There's an old
They
guy.
say the same of goblins.
Don't forget we kicked his butt once already, and we're just getting
Touche.
stronger.
Yeah. I think he realizes that picking a fight with us is probably a death sentence, considering we killed the guy that also whooped his ass earlier. So, we literally took on hell and came out pretty unscathed other than me. I took a nasty bite to my stomach. That was not fun.
Yeah, and yeah, because Sticks definitely didn't almost die at all.
Old
He was
crotchety
Never.
goblin is distrusting.
Dicks can't die.
Yeah.
So he
Immortal.
goes.
You can't prove. You can't disprove that Styx is immortal until he dies.
Until he
I'm pretty
dies.
sure Ziller has said that exact thing, so that makes me think Ziller is rubbing off on Styx, and I'm very happy.
Okay, so would you like to talk to the warlock, the old man, or the wizard?
I think Wizard Papa might be of use right now.
Is Styx here?
Yes, and when he said wizard in that tone, I'm gonna flick a pebble at him.
Okay.
What?
Let's talk to the wizard. Well, I have
Especially the wizard.
wizards and company.
Scampers a little bit out. In walks a actual young man, of which Styx and Ziller recognize.
Is he in our frat?
He you know him as Sojin. Sojin. He kind of walks in. He's got a wizard staff. Kind of plain clothes, glasses on, no pointy hat. Kind of a wide-eyed, kind of high energy, but still, if that makes any sense. Kind of walks in, seeing Styx first. He goes, "Styx, it's been a long time. My gods. Oh, gods."
You dare
I am-
come into my keep and not address me?
Oh no.
Oh. And he kind of looks
Nah,
around real nervous.
I'm just messing.
Oh.
Go on.
No, Arthilon, smite him down.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm already messing this up. Apologies, my lord. And he's going to kind of quickly move forward up to the chair. He gets a little too close, kind of note stays a little too close and backs up a little bit. My name is Sojin. I am from the Arcanum. I was never, and this is something that Styx and Ziller can attest to and agree with. I was never one for the magical prowess, but I have long since proved myself with knowledge, and I'm a very learned individual, a historian as well, and I am looking, with your blessing, to learn about this castle and learn what I can about the various things that have transpired here. No one's been able to get through the portal for some time. I'm not sure how you did it. My thoughts are maybe somehow because you're very strong and powerful, right?
I'm
he gets
basically
flustered.
God.
He gets flustered again at
He
Ziller
just killed the devil.
and starts flipping through some of his notes. He goes, I want to study. I want to study what we have to learn here. None of the Arcanum fully knows what happened aside from Jarl Tallenval and how Jarl Gorin, who is still alive today, came and just clapped him.
Yes, it was quite brutal. Can I make an insight check?
Yes. What's up, Fangs in New York? Thank you for the raid, guys. If you have not gone and checked out Fangs in New York, it's an amazing, not D&D quite, but it is a tabletop game with vampires and all sorts of crazy different stuff going on. We got Crippled Ninja in there, Robin the Goddess, GoodGriefGeorge, Cloudy Kate. So many amazing people. Go
Long
give
shot
her a
RPG
follow.
alumnus.
Yeah, yeah. She was one. She is one of us. She shows
Are they
up
playing
every
Vampire the
year,
Masquerade,
hang out,
or-
get back together. What'd you get, Jake?
That's a 4. Seems legit. Cool. Learn stuff.
I'm gonna be Arthlos. Now, I know that your supreme judgment is supreme.
Right.
However, might I suggest we at least look at him through the crystal ball first?
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot we had
This
that.
is a very good idea.
Styx has that.
Styx, would you do the
Le
honors?
ball.
Le ball. He looks legit.
All right, you passed the ball check. You're good.
Pass the ball.
Ball check.
Do not question.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
This
Sojin.
is the
Is that to show
all-seeing
how
ball.
pure in heart I am? No.
I mean, you're
Oh,
definitely
you
Sojin. You're definitely Sojin from history. Did you ever get better grades than me in history once, or did I kick your ass all the time?
respectively kicked your ass in everything academic-wise, but I could never stand up to you in a fight, my friend.
I'm gonna insight check that. Is that passive aggressive?
It absolutely was.
I'm gonna say, well, you damn well keep that smile on your face, Sojin, before I take it from you and wear it as my own.
Do it.
Fair.
He beats me on one history test, and all of a sudden he's boy genius.
He learns
is
not to
boy
act like the
genius,
only
but in
reason
this
you were.
world where power makes authority, he very much was not able to climb the social rank and has been very stunted in the social ladder, and so he has never fully left the Arcanum. This is the first time.
I have a saved picture of my keep that I can refer to
That's true.
here when I tell people to.
All hail the mighty Yarthalons. Maybe one day.
But there's numbers, but no telling me what the numbers are. You can stay in 13 until I figure something else out. Because it looks like those are beds. I don't know.
So, okay. Thank you very much.
By the way, Sojin, task for you. Everything you discover, I expect a detailed report at the end of the day on my desk.
He's gonna chuckle and goes, "Man, you haven't changed a bit."
Why would I? I'm perfect.
Yeah, there it is. And he's gonna turn. Thank you again, my lord. And he's gonna turn and walk out.
I don't get that report by the end of the day. I'm kicking his ass.
You might have to.
go for it.
Sir Dominus. The goblin walks back in, kind of squinting at the wizard. He just doesn't trust anyone except you guys, is what it is. It's what makes him trustworthy. He's gonna walk in and goes, "All right. So, would you like to see the warlock or the old veteran?"
Oh, let's talk to the veteran here.
He walks out. Walking back in. Solemn Nile, also known as White Knuckle, kind of walks in. A Goliath, one eye missing, a lot of scars. You can see like frost damage, which is saying something because it's a Goliath. Frost damage all across his chest. His one arm is kind of permanently withered up due to some long fight. And assumedly he's had many people look at it trying to get back in the fight, and he's just at this point just known for his strategic mind. Kind of walks in, apparently having just trudged through the spine and snow. We're in full winter, so we're talking feet of snow. He walks in and goes, "Greetings, my lord."
Greetings. Would you like anything? You've traveled far.
"Something hot would go nicely. I am White Knuckle."
Get some coffee.
Calls
The goblin. Oh, okay.
Calls the goblin in to like go fetch something hot.
"What do I look like?" He just kind of walks out. He grumbles about it, but he does it. You hear like, oh, from off in the room, "Just wait till we get some servants in here." He comes back with some hot tea and some dog food.
The goblin brought dog food for the Goliath.
No, for the dogs.
I was like,
No, he brought like mulled cider that's like heated up.
I don't know what you guys.
Yeah, the goblin just doesn't understand what normal people eat at all. Yeah, so
Ziller's
scraps for the
to-do
dogs.
list. Teach Goblin what food is.
our first to-do list: get servants.
The
And
goblin
aren't
take
goblins.
notes.
We're gonna need an Indeed. We're gonna need like a job posting. You want to work in an esteemed ancient keep rife with history? Work alongside powerful named ones.
The burners burn you out. We've got a place for you.
It's nice and cold.
I just realized we're also gonna have to like establish an economy
Oh yeah.
because if we want to have servants, we're gonna have to pay them. So we need like an export or people to tax.
The good news is you have the Jarl to lean on for most of that, because he is not a Jarl in his own right.
Yeah, Jarl Twiceune said that he'd cover most of our funding, and we're more like a strategic military base.
Kinda,
We're like an
though.
FOB.
Kind of though.
Huh? Yeah.
Or peasants, yeah. My adventuring days are long behind me. I never expected to actually live this long. But here I am. And the politics in Iceholm are a bit grating on me. This seems like a nice out-of-the-way place. If you'll have me and my services, I am quite experienced with defending keeps and the like. I at one point served the Jarl as the defense advisor for the king, for the keep. Sorry. He takes a long quaff.
6.
Hot breath. I appreciate it, but it is not
Well, check.
curable. Oh.
Label.
You can you see him, and you can see the multiple curses that have been laid on him over the years that he's just kind of walked off, and the damage. You can also vaguely see what he looked like if he didn't have the curse on him, and he's just this like titan of a Goliath, like bigger than the average Goliath. That said, he's hunched and withered.
Yo,
and
anyone got a
scarred up.
remove curse spell?
Anyone got pull cards? Pull wish. Someone get wish.
Get the cards.
Please do not take offense. I don't doubt you say who you say you are, but there have been imposters wandering around, taking forms of those that we think we know.
Imposters, you say?
That's pretty
That one's
sus.
pretty sus.
That sounds like wisdom, my lord.
But I am familiar with you and your exploits and many deeds, and it would be an honor to have you securing the defenses of the keep.
I appreciate that. I'm looking for somewhere quiet and to maybe die defending. If not, preferably peacefully. In my sleep, maybe.
It is customary. We're starting a new custom here just to make sure that all intents are pure. Do you mind for a brief mind check if I were to probe your thoughts to make sure you're not hiding anything from us? We're making new allies, and it would be nice if we didn't have any people trying to abuse our weakness.
Make a persuasion check.
Could I get help action because I've got Arthlos
You're kind
there?
of off the cuff on this one, so I'm gonna say no.
That is a persuasion. That is a 15.
He agrees.
Okay. This shouldn't hurt at all. I take out my arcane focus and I just like boop, place it on his head, and then projecting out into like a microscope into my eye, into my eyes, I see it.
Ow.
So he's given me permission, so he's willingly allowing me to see all of his even his deepest thoughts.
Yes.
And so I ask him, what is your intentions of being here?
What you receive is the truth. He's looking for a place to retire, essentially, away from the politics and die eventually, with relative dignity. And he's tired. The music of his mind is like a long, empty field with no wind. He's just exhausted, and he's done, and he's very proud. He's done his job. He's done it well. He's brought many magic items back to Twiceune, and he never expected to live this long, and so he doesn't really know what to do with himself. And you also see the various times that he actually has like hunkered down in some fortification and defended it from raiders, not burners, but mostly raiders, as well as other jarls over the years. He's very old. He definitely has the mind for this kind of job, but he's most likely going to be leading from the back if it ever came down to it.
All right. I remove the orb and I go, well, I can safely say you are of sound mind and are very much capable to do your job. And as long as you don't screw us, you're more than welcome to be here. He's clear, Arthalos! Keeping my boys safe.
I like you.
Thanks.
Anything else you need? Oh my god, that's a lot of dogs. Can I please pet all the... He looks up at Luna. Can I please pet all the dogs?
Just kind of nods. He goes, yes.
He's just gotta get on his knees and just be present, and all the dogs eventually just gravitate to him.
She's just like very excitedly like naming each of them.
He kind of nods along. He actually is. Yeah, okay. He's got a 17 on his animal handling. All right.
Ziller adds on his brochure that he's writing for servants, "We have dogs."
All right. Is it my turn finally?
I don't know, is it?
Wandered off. Where have you been?
He kind of saunters in, and he actually did help you clear this place out.
Did.
He kind of shuffles his kind of cloak, and you can see the plate armor underneath it. My lord, congratulations on the throne. It's a very nice seat.
Thank you.
I know I did not help much with killing the Cinder Lord, but you must admit I tried, as was part of our bargain.
Of course, it is hard to keep up with Ziller. Not many can
That's fair.
kill quite the way he does.
I'm a big fan of it.
You're mad dancer on a leash. I like him.
Leash.
I like dancing. Can I be court jester as well?
If you wanna, sure. Yeah, go for it.
All right, I'm gonna start dancing.
Roll
the
performance.
The mood's lightened already.
Roll performance.
Please, don't do me. Natural 20, baby. That is a 29 performance.
The only person not swayed by your majestic dancing is Solemn Nile White Knuckle, who
Stick starts
just kind of-
weeping.
Stick starts what?
Weeping.
I call this performance the love of dogs.
All right. Arthlos.
Yes.
Vernon, what do you want?
I want to leave.
Oh.
I feel like I have done my part and then some. I helped you clear out your fantastic keep. And I really would like to spread my wings, go about and live a free man amongst mortals. It's been hundreds of years since I've had the opportunity.
Are you sure I can't convince you to stay? We're just getting started here. You could be
It
part of
depends
something
on the
great
offer
here.
on the table. I'm not exactly looking for a new master. But do I have something to gain here?
Nothing of the sort that you were previously under.
I'm all ears.
Well, sure, Arthlas can think of something really fast.
Wait. Permission, advisor. Could I perhaps make a decision?
Oh yeah, go
Okay.
for it.
All right. Vernon, I'm looking at you. I find you are somewhat of a charismatic, diplomatic, perhaps capable individual. You see, we here in this new keep under glorious Lord Arthalos find ourselves short-staffed. Find ourselves so short-staffed in most areas other than defense. We are more than capable of defending ourselves, but running a keep takes a lot of people power. You are a good speaker. You managed to convince the Cinder Lord to not kill you. That is pretty cool. How about you do us a little bit of a favor? Or perhaps join us as we further push towards a grand purpose. Help us get staffed. Be our head of hiring. And perhaps even you could rank up to a high diplomatic individual, reaching out to other Jarls, potentially unionizing all of this under our glorious Lord Arthalos. You would have money, you would have power, and more importantly, you would be operating off of your own free will, as you would be head of this department.
Recruitment?
Head of recruitment? Yeah, if that's what you want to call it. You were collecting people before. I think this is a much better way to collect people.
I was good
You
at
would be.
collecting people.
But this time you're not gonna skin them alive. You're gonna just keep them whole and make very good arguments. And kill stuff along the way if that's what you desire.
I have a wanderlust. I am not opposed to the idea of going out and finding individuals with potential. Maybe speaking on behalf of yourself to other people of interest if the time arose.
Perhaps not speaking on our behalf, but representing our ideals, perchance. No one can speak on behalf of anyone, but we can always represent what we think.
I like this. I don't hate this.
Give it some thought. Why don't you give it some thought?
A name comes to mind. Thrall Master.
I was going to say human resources, but
I was gonna say head of
The bo-
HR
yeah,
too.
The both of you just turned to Arthalos.
Title yourself as you will, but this is...
I won't answer to this, Yahoo.
Who,
Points
me?
at Arthalos.
Why don't you?
Wait, he's
why would-
calling you the Yahoo?
Ziller.
Oh, okay, he said he pointed at me. I was
sorry.
like, oh.
Points to Ziller.
I'll
He's like, I
finish
won't
him right
answer
now.
to this Joker.
I was like, disrespect me, but disrespect Arthalos. I'll send you back to hell.
How does this sound to you?
He chews on it for a bit.
munch.
I'll give you a fortnight to wander off and do your own thing. Spread your wings, see the world.
And then when you get bored of the endless sandbox that is life,
And once you've seen enough snow,
that's all
because
there
it's
is here.
endless,
I get a little page from my notebook.
There will be a place here for you if you wish to continue work.
I like that. I take my leave.
Don't get lost.
I can't. He walks off. You hear
That's
him
what he
kind of get
thinks.
out there and also just smaller flappings than the dragon, but
That's what he thinks. There's a lot of snow. It all looks the same.
at this point, White Knuckle kind of speaks up. I was also bid to extend an invitation to you, my lord, from the Jarl. There is soon to be a festival, Festival of the Thaw, celebrating the Jarl's son and his wife, the daughter of the Frost Witch.
Ugh.
He just has
If
a
I
distaste of
may-
festivals. Don't take that.
If I may advise you, my lord,
I have to go to a thing. For propriety's sake.
as a new lord, it would be best to lean on propriety, at least
Yes.
at first.
I am aware of the nobility and how that goes. I just think it's a waste of time. There could be things better set to doing,
I agree with you,
Things
my
like-
lord.
finding out more about the burners or anything else. But
I'm
Oh,
sure
by the
he's
way,
also
guys, I should
quite-
tell you about my crazy dream I had last night. It was bonkers. Right now in court, I meant like after.
The only
Getting-
the only other people in here is White Knuckle.
Oh, yeah. So, you know that pain thing that Burnin was talking about? How there's like not enough souls like in Kjol. Let's just say I had a vision. Y'all know Thude? Somewhat. Anyway, basically, powerful guy told me that our pain is shattered, showed it to me. And now I'm kind of tasked with finding out why it shattered in the first place. So that's something we should keep in mind. By the way, White Knuckle, yeah, there's not enough souls in Kjol. There's like one soul for 10 bodies, basically. So if you see someone that looks like you, they got part of your soul, is what I'm trying to say here. It's a problem. We need to fix that. Just thought I'd let you know what we're dealing with here.
Thank you. He looks thoroughly disturbed at the idea.
Now let that sink in. It's okay. We were looking at some skinless bodies when that happened. That was very disturbing.
It honestly kind of softened the blow of the whole soul thing.
Yeah, I was like, wow, I'm so busy dealing with the skinless body situation. This whole soul thing seems very far concept for me right now.
so when is this party? This festival?
I believe it's already begun. It will be going for another week or so, I believe. We wait to hold the Festival of the Thaw until all of the people have come in for the winter. There is the wedding bride, the wedding party, of course, and then once we put them on ice, once they come out, there is a new party that winter. Now is merely the right time. I should also mention, and he kind of leans in a little bit, the Jarls have just had a gathering, a meeting of some kind. I believe that is getting ready to wrap up as well. Also, if you're looking for servants and soldiers,
Twice Hewn would be able to provide that. I, for one, would need many soldiers. There are a few good men in the guard that I would be more than happy to bring here that I trust.
We also have a defense dragon.
Oh yeah, did we mention?
Oh, you must have missed him when you came in. 'cause
Yeah.
He is
off.
very fluffy.
That fluffy dragon. That guy works for us now. He's our.
So soft.
Imagine a dog, but dragon and softer.
Okay,
Yeah, that's our
good to know.
defense dragon.
That's good to know. Okay,
And
that will be
our
quite
running guy.
useful.
He's also our banker.
He's a killer. He's our-
He's
He's
the
very
managing.
good at keeping the book straight. Let me
He
tell you.
gives us
nothing is
$200 whenever we pass go.
He's managing our 401ks quite nicely.
He's a very, very good investor. Let me tell you.
Oh man, he saw GME coming from a mile away.
Drag coin.
Drag coins.
He kind of stands up.
I'm going to go assess the fortifications. Souls and dragons. I came here for calm, peace, and quiet.
He starts mumbling to himself as he leaves.
seems nice.
Tokyo kind of follows him for a little ways. Looks over at one of the other dogs and kind of does like this thing, and the other dog follows him. And then Tokyo comes back
That's the
and
dog check.
yeah, true.
You know the dogs like him, so that means he's a good person.
Yeah. Coach kind of comes in.
And what of me? If I may introduce myself.
Kind of walks in.
What do I have, of course, sworn to you, my lord, and of course all of you. I owe all of you my significantly better, if not colder, lifestyle. Much improved, I would say. What will become of me?
Well, what do you want, Coach? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
What would you say is your strongest skill?
Do you
Your
guys have
greatest weakness.
your strengths and weaknesses. Let's go.
Well, tell you what, a warm bed, hot food, basic necessities. Oh, Ballad Boy, thank you for the raid. My dude. Tell you what I can do. I can keep an eye on whoever this Twice-Hewn fellow. I can keep an eye on whoever he sends to keep eyes on us. Because I think of anyone in this building that you would trust me the most.
Are you suggesting you become head of counterintelligence?
Chief of staff would be nice.
Coach,
You
you
do
are,
not want to give a goblin power. Just saying.
also, Coach, you are literally the only staff right now.
Coach,
I
you've given every
noticed.
single person who's walked in here the stink eye.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know if that counts for actually knowing if they have good
Good.
intentions or not,
Yeah.
by just knowing that they're here and that you don't like them.
You may have
Also,
a
your
point.
previous qualifications were a small traveling business, in which you would sell items door to door. And I don't really know if you have the qualifications to manage such a large-scale, essentially business operation as this fort. You know, I learned in my history minor that small businesses is great, but you need passive income, which you've never managed before.
How are you on
We-
setting up trade?
Pretty well, pretty good. I could set up maybe some caravans. Eventually.
I mean, we wouldn't be expecting anything until winter's over anyway.
Of course. What do you plan on moving and trading and exporting?
I mean, what kind of loot do we got?
Well, we'll need supplies for the troops. We'll need
Magic items, weapons. How did you get those magic items before, Coach?
Soul coins.
And you traded them with the Cinder Lord.
Amongst other nicks of hell, yes.
Do you think you could go back to hell? Set up trade with them in hell for us? Or is that too dangerous?
He seems to really not be okay with the idea of going back down into the sulfur pits.
It's just a query. Because we need something of value to trade. And those items certainly were valuable. You know, with my finger, with the finger. Tell you what.
Let's
How about
focus on trade to keep this place running. Just the essentials for now.
I can do that.
And as we get more people in, we can spread our fingers and stick them in more pies.
Sounds reason. Let me know when I can be of assistance come spring.
All right.
Well, start making connections now.
Okay. I'm on it.
They gotta be already on their way come spring. They can't be just
Of course.
getting.
Of course.
All right.
All right. Okay. I can do that. I can do this.
Scurries away.
Good game, coach. Good game.
Slapsticks on the butt on the way out.
I hate it here.
All right.
Oh, thank God that's over.
Not bad for your first day in court. You see, my history course did a seminar on court sessions, so I know how to take studious notes about everybody in here. Also, I've got a neat little brochure going. Think about it like this, huh? We need servants. Guess what we have? Dogs. Nobody can say no to dogs.
You're not wrong.
Not even Styx can say no to dogs.
Has Styx even tried to say no to dogs?
I do not believe I have.
It's
Foolproof.
a foolproof plan.
Arthlos will walk up and just kind of like go to pass the dogs and then look at Moon Moon. Start and then turn back and pet Moon Moon. You're right. You cannot say no. Gives Moon Moon scratches behind the ears.
Have we actually searched this keep yet and cleared it out and looked for items and stuff yet?
Yes, it is mostly a ruin. It was filled with horrible, horrible cursed stuff, which has long since been gotten rid of. It was haunted. You did find a few interesting, cursed items, but none that proved useful or interesting. Mostly just, oh, great, my face falls off, cool, kind of things.
Okay. Could we just keep them in
So
a treasure chest and label them bad stuff?
Sure.
Nice. Just roll on a
It's-
D100 table.
We should keep them for when we do have magic items, and then the sus people come in trying to get our magic items for other URLs, and they just grab cursed items.
You just get
Like-
one up on a podium and stuff like that.
Like,
And so someone
"Yes,
breaks
this
in, they're
mace."
like, oh, bet. You did learn a
Just
few things.
We just label them like mask of intelligence, this bracelet of charisma or whatever, and they're just like, oh man, and
The few things that you have learned is that Jarl Tolenval, the Jarl who used to reside in this keep, was the champion of Auroria, and now you know the name. It was just like, okay, this picture is of this Jarl that is super like into the Aurora Borealis up in the sky kind of a thing. And so with the new information, things all kind of start clicking together. Farron learned that Jarl Talonval was turned by the Cinder Lord. And Jarl Gorin, you now know, perceived his turn to evil and came and slew him, taking his magic items and leaving the place to kind of rot. Because now that the sulfur pits and the frost fogs were here, there wasn't any point to...
Does this place have like a library?
Has an empty one. Haunted houses tend to don't keep things in good condition over time, especially exposed to the elements.
I was hoping to find like a log of magic items that they may have had at one point.
Do we know where Jarl Gorin resides usually?
Yes, Jarl Gorin is kind of the other it is the other great power between Twicehewn and Gorin, who is also known as the Ivory Wall. They, between Twicehewn and Ivory, they have the most magic items between the two of them. And they are allies. Ivory being the Jarl, Gorin being kind of that, like, lawful good, kind of brutal, but incredibly powerful and fair. Other Jarls of note. Yeah, and so when he saw that Jarl Talonval kind of turned evil, he just came over and just clapped him. Took all his stuff. There's also, so we have Twicehewn, Jarl Gorin, we have Jarl Perenna, who does not have a named one's title. Jarl Isix, who is at the top of the spine. You are currently at the bottom. He is also unnamed in title. And the recently deceased Jarl Tollum, Black Breath, who was a Jarl who owned the Kjol mines that fell at the beginning of this campaign. And his entire Jarl city-state was destroyed somehow. So there's only 4 Jarls in Kjol, when recently there were 5, and before that there were 6.
Would Jarls go to other people's thawing parties, or are they kind of?
Yes, that is why all the Jarls
they just
met
had
up.
a meeting, right?
They also, yeah, he called them into a meeting, and they also came for the festival.
Might be nice to go and check out all them Jarls.
Yeah.
Oops, all Jarls.
They also got this one seasonal pastry for these festivals.
What's it called?
I don't know.
It's seasonal pastry.
If it's not Turkish delight, I'll be furious.
It's called an ice Danish. I don't know.
Thawberry.
What's a Danish? Who knows?
Way to
Got
commit to the
something.
bit, Offbeat.
I need questions. I have
answers,
there's
but
this
no
one.
one's
There's
asking
this one Danish.
questions.
Oh yeah, what's it called?
I would have that prepped. Call it like the booger muffin or something. I don't know. I just
No.
want names. It's only shaped like a booger, okay? It tastes like a
I'm
muffin.
thinking. You've issued
Or
me
it's
a
only
challenge.
shaped like a muffin.
Someone stole your sweet roll.
Thawberry tarts.
Strawberry tarts.
It's a bunch of different berries in a tart.
And they're thawed.
And the festival's the festival of the thaw, so yeah. I'll stick to it.
Well,
I'm giving you guys the reins here. What do you guys want to?
Arthilos, are we still in court?
No, we're done with that.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm just going to ask you then, as friend or adventure buddy. Can we have a groundskeeper, someone to maintain the berries?
Definitely need that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was it.
If you got anyone in mind for that,
I have no idea.
we'll look. We'll find someone.
you know, I did commission that flame tongue from that halfling fellow back in Twice Union's Keep, so we should definitely go back there, not just for the fun, but just because I also want to get that fire licky, so I can give it to Zaz, because that's your Zaz. That's your fire licky. I don't want it. I'm not a fan of fire.
Not to mention, you haven't seen your dad in a while.
Oh yeah, Dad! I want to see my dad.
You
If
have a
Dad's
dad?
gotten, I've got a father.
A non-dead parent.
Like an actual one,
I
or
don't know
like
what that
daddy
is.
food?
No, I have a dad. He makes crossbows for the Jarl. That's why I'm so good at them.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. Why did no one know I had a dad?
I knew you had a dad.
Both my
Thanks,
parents
Dad.
are dead, so I just, yeah.
Oh,
Who has living parents?
I
I'm
do.
looking across the board here. Some of you do.
Congratulations.
Some of you do.
Well,
I had
I need
to-
to see my dad. Thank
I had
you.
to kill mine, so long story, and he just like walks out.
We'll unpack that later.
I think Arthlos needs a therapist. I think he has some issues that have not been resolved yet.
Adventuring is Arthlos' group therapy. He just doesn't know it.
Well, we should definitely go back for the Thaw Festival, just so we can get some Thawberry tarts. Also, we can get the Fire Lecky, and so I can see my dad. And we have the teleportation circle, so we can do that whenever we want.
I
so.
really don't think you have a dad.
I mean, insight check Ziller
Is
if
this
you want.
because is this because you keep trying to find dad figures throughout this campaign, and they
Me?
keep being evil?
Well, that's not Sticks. That's Taco.
You can have
Now we don't have time
insight
to
check
unpack all
Ziller.
that.
You can have Sticks insight check Ziller. Ziller is being genuine. He has a father.
Hmm.
So, Arthlos is gonna kind of like just wander around and kind of get a better
Like by yourself.
layout. Yeah, just kind of get a better layout of the castle. Just kind of
Okay.
aimlessly wandering, familiarizing himself with the halls, just investigating in general.
Okay. You spend some time moving about. Every now and then bumping into someone or another. And it seems like the party's really kind of catching their breath after what feels like 2 months worth of dungeon delving. Really just relaxing. Farron spends a lot of time with her dogs. Zaz raids the pantry when he thinks no one's looking. And you, Arthlos, you're kind of just coming to grips with the fact that this is like yours now. And the last person who sat in this throne was known as Lightbringer, Jarl Taldenval. Excuse me. You kind of eventually come back into the hall now that it's alone. Oh crap. Farron, what's the name of your dog that is not Tokyo or Moon or Pips? What's the other one?
Got
The proud one.
Ruffles and Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Cinnamon's kind of just chilling off in one corner. You can just kind of see her through into the snowy area, kind of that like brownish red bit of color in the white. And as your eyes kind of defocus off of Cinnamon, you notice 3 small holes in the back of your throne. You're like, wow, where have I seen those before? Why does that click?
Do you want me to make a history check, or can I just remember because I remember?
You do remember? Awesome, yeah. You can just go ahead and remember.
Gonna pull out my mysterious 3 pronged key. I'm gonna like try it in the slot.
It fits. And this, well, explain. Do you have a picture in your head of what you want the throne to look like?
And you know, now all I got is Aragorn's throne, so
it's not bad.
Just top of my head.
Okay. Wow, that is higher up than I thought it was. I like it though. So if I'm correct in hearing this, you got like kind of the stairs going up to the seat. Okay.
I'll find a picture and post it in the Discord.
Yeah. You're kind of standing behind.
Unless I'm not remembering right, and then I'm like, ew, I hate that. Then I won't post it.
Okay. Regardless, you hear like a pop, like a click in the stairs bit of the throne off to one side. You kind of pull it out and you hear it go back into place. You put it back in. And you kind of start triangulating the position. Eventually you put it in. You go up to one side and you can see, you start feeling around, and eventually you find a piece of wall that seems unattached to the rest of the stone staircase that is kind of suspended or kind of alone in the throne room. And you kind of push on it, and it slides inwards just a touch.
Keep trying to open it, I guess.
Okay, you slide it in the rest of the way, and you see an almost exact set of stairs, almost matching, going down into the mountain from where you are. And as you kind of look down, it's kind of dark. You have dark vision, correct?
I believe so.
I think you do. You kind of look down into this long black stairway. You hear a faint, high pitch frequency. And as you kind of, feel free to stop me at any point in time here, as you kind of slowly make your way down these stairs, keeping an eye on the door, it stays open. Continue to descend until you get to this small room. Where you find the heart of the mountain. A stalactite is slowly dripping water onto it, and the water is slowly dripping off of it as it floats in space onto a stalagmite within a pool of water.
But I have, like, does it look like that shouldn't be there? Like, is it gonna like throw something off if it reaches the heart of the mountain, or is it like just chill?
You don't know. You're not sure. But you don't have to worry about it happening anytime soon. Probably not in your lifetime.
Okay. Is there anything else in the room, or is it just the heart?
The room is lit, but there's no light source.
It's just the heart. And that kind of high-pitched frequency, just barely within your range of hearing, kind of reverberates through you. And that's where we're gonna go to break. We'll be back, friends. Also, buckle in for the new. Go ahead. Buckle in for the new theme song, friends. Thank you to our amazing friends, our amazing homie Arcane Anthems. We reached out to him recently, and he whipped up an absolute banger that we'll be playing for you and have been playing. Turn on the moon. Yes. Okay. Thank you. And we return. Fading out the music like a pro. The party boops through the teleportation circle, appearing in Iceholm. And oh yes, welcome back, everyone. And immediately you're hit with this festive air. You can smell pastries and sweets and warm sweetened beer on the breeze and wood smoke. You guys kind of pop into this fortified area near the entrance of Iceholm. You hear so many voices. That's kind of loud. Sorry, hang on. There we go. You hear people running about, playing games, yes, mead. That was the word I was looking for. Thank you. You can see people running around with flowers around their neck. You have no idea where they got them in this frozen wasteland, especially in the dead of winter. The party kind of steps off the teleportation circle, and a couple of guards who kind of observe you, recognize you, allow you to kind of enter the city proper. You kind of go out into the street and it's just bustling. There's people everywhere. Winter is always a tightly packed time for every city-state, every Jarl.
Well, I'm looking for the frickin' line of vendors.
You do see one person kind of pushing his cart along, yelling out for sweetmeats and mead and other pastries that are typical to the festival.
I will scurry over there, hood up.
Okay.
Our Floss will go with him for the seasonal treat that is so well loved.
May I help you, good Zaz?
Hey, need some of those pastries.
No, absolutely.
Already forgotten. Need like 4 of them.
Oh, of course. And you, sir?
Thawberry? Is it Thawberry?
Thawberry,
yeah,
yes,
Thawberry.
Indeed. Not a real berry. It's a bit of a mash of multiple different berries. And that's
Yeah.
jam. That'll be 3 copper, friends. You guys easily hand over the money, hands over some pastries, and you see him kind of look down at the goblin. You can kind of see that he figures out, has a vague suspicion of who he is, and you Arthlos, you watch with some bemusement as the goblin is also handed a horn of mead before he turns and continues on his way.
He got free meat and I didn't.
He looks in the mead and he looks you look in the horn where there would be mead, and instead there's like sweet meats, like a candied bacon.
Rude.
Wait, so you asked for mead?
No, it was a gift.
Oh.
He asked for tarts. Of which he got. People moving about. There's a couple of games going on, feats of strength, a couple of people seeing how far they can throw like a sack of grain, that sort of thing. A couple of I want to say friendly duels where customary it's you can challenge each other to feats of strength or dueling in combat under the assumption that they'll pull the punch. A couple of instances of those here and there, just thick with people.
What kind of prizes do those feats of strength have?
You kind of go about, and you can see there's one in particular that is kind of drawn out. There's a line of chalk in the kind of cobblestones, and you can see increasingly larger bags of gold, depending on how far you can throw them. The halfling at the front, kind of holding a cane, and you watch him hand over a very small little hacky sack to this kid, and the dad kind of looking on, and the kid, like, with all his might, like, hurls the thing, and it goes a little ways, and he gets handed a few candied nuts and ruffles his hair a little bit, and they kind of run on past.
What kind of line is there?
There isn't. Not right now.
What's it cost to give a shot at that?
How are you doing, good Zaz? Oh, well, it's only about a gold.
I want a shot.
All right. Here's your sack. He kind of flops it onto your shoulder, and it's a good 50 pound. It's a good 50-pound bag.
Solid bag.
Solid bag of grain.
Well, I'm gonna like shoulder it.
Mm-hmm.
Rage.
You go into a rage.
Yeah.
Your pupils like
quiet rage.
Handed bag. Oh, I hate grain.
Make a strength check.
He's just like, the festival's the best. Yeah.
Well, that's a 24.
Okay, you make it pretty darn far, and you watch the halfling kind of go, oh, as the grain kind of lands and keeps rolling a little ways before coming still at maybe the third farthest line from you, and he goes, well, that was quite impressive. Go ahead and claim your bag of gold, friend.
We'll do just that.
You go over, it's a bag of 10 gold.
Profit.
He also hands you a wooden chip. You would know that this is kind of customary. You can kind of trade those in for better seats. They do have like an arena event where various people of note want to prove themselves in the fighting ring. More of those chips you got, the more the more the better the seat, because otherwise it'd just be mobbed. You watch him kind of he kind of like, and he kind of replaces the bag of gold. Haven't had to do that in a while. You're quite strong, friend.
Try.
Peace out.
I will rejoin the party, just steadily munching.
Out of the bag. It's safe to say that this is your first festival.
Farron has put all of her dogs away except Tokyo, and he's like acting like her emotional support animal right now. Just push against her side. But...
So many people for an Outlander. Okay. What else are you guys up to?
I want to go find my dad.
Okay. Are you going alone, or are people going with you?
Sticks, you want to meet my dad?
He's not the real, but yes.
The two of you head off in the direction of where your dad has a business. as you eventually get to your old house, and you go to knock on the door, and an old lady you don't recognize opens the door and goes, "Yes."
Hi, I'm here to see Bernardo Crack.
Bernard. Oh, he's a good lad. Oh, with the crossbows, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. He no longer lives here. He lives up in the upper crust now. His business apparently is doing quite well.
He moved?
He did, yes.
You didn't tell me? I'm his son.
Okay, well.
She points you out to where the upper crust is. You already know where it is.
I understand it was pretty recently.
Okay.
I only moved in when I got here for the winter.
Okay. Well, thank you, ma'am.
Yes,
I'm gonna go find my dad.
Okay, have a nice festival.
I turn to Sticks and like, I promise my dad's real. Shut up.
He's looking kind of suspicious, dealer. I'm just saying. He's okay.
Well,
Walking through the upper crust, he's like,
your wizard dad's
Is that him?
dead.
What about that guy? Is that your dad? Is that your dad? He's like, no, shut
up.
Dude, just because my wizard dad is dead does not mean that I don't have a real dad.
Do you have a dad?
I don't know. I mean, yes.
Says
I
loudly
mean,
after the
everybody
fur
has
bulk.
a dad.
That's not true. Some people just capping.
Okay. We will have this conversation later.
Have it now.
So you're telling me we can't swear on stream, but we can have the talk on stream?
Yeah.
Not that backstory.
Oh no! I was gonna give him the talk. That's why I said later.
I didn't catch that.
Ugh.
Day when you're older.
All right, I'm
You
gonna go
see,
find my
when the
dad.
daddy wizard and the mommy wizard love each other very much.
The two of you begin making your way towards the upper crust. Arthalos, Farron, and Zaz, what you guys up to?
Are there any games that don't require strength?
Yes, there's a couple of
I have
dexterity ones.
None of that.
There's a drinking game for Constitution, and a debate ring where a couple of philosophers debate, and judging on how many people are swayed, so people move back and forth to the sides of the ring, and that determines, you know, who they believe won the debate, and the person with the more people in that side of the ring wins.
Arthalos is gonna convince people of snake people philosophy.
So like, I do have a high persuasion, so I might be able to do some persuading, but
Arthalos is gonna do some damage, is what he's gonna do.
Is my only high stat is charisma, so
They copy each other's spell books, and bam, baby wizard.
Oh my god, Taco, we're gonna have a baby.
This is all babies start as simulacrums, and then they become...
This is Sticks.
What did you say?
Sticks. That's his name.
Oh,
Sticks with a Z.
You guys call it a Z there?
Yeah, because we're Commonwealth.
Awesome. The more you know.
Arthalos, you doing anything? Did you want to?
Well, in theory it sounds fun, but role playing it sounds awful because I'm not good at that. So
We can just do the rolls if you like.
Okay, I'll do that.
So you approach the ring, and you watch how the debate seems to be how time travel is accessible if a Gorgon turns you to stone and you move into the future and stuff like that. And one person clearly wins the argument because it's ridiculous, and slowly they disperse. The drow elf, who is kind of leaning against the pole, goes, "Hello, and how are you today?"
I'm well enough, I suppose.
I recognize you. You're one of the named ones. What was your title again? I'm sorry.
The cold.
I see the cold. Yes, yes. What about you over there? Pointing at Farron. Care for a friendly debate? No,
thank
well,
you.
that's fine. I do believe you will be able to step up in a minute. About a minute goes by, and a minute later, you step into the ring. You step up on your little soapbox, and another individual, who is kind of this wizened human, kind of comes up, goes to shake your hand, and the drow goes, "Today's topic will be whether or not dragons exist." Flipping it. The idea is that they're absurd. 16. Oh, sorry. Pick a number, odd or evens.
Even, I guess.
17. All right, you get to debate that dragons exist. Go ahead and roll your persuasion versus this individual's as you kind of lean right into a long-standing historical documentation and proof of the various existences and events that have revolved around dragons, going all the way back to the giant dragon war. The wizened individual with a half smile goes on to talk about how dragons must surely only exist in fairy tales, and how they are just, everything we know about dragons are just big lizards. And he gets a 16 for persuasion. What did you get?
25.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Very clearly the majority is with you, and by the end of it, with a lighthearted smile, "Time's up," and the wizard comes over and goes, "Well done, good sir."
Yeah. Is the existence of dragons in question in this realm already?
And neither it just how
Okay.
time travel via being turned to stone by a gorgon is not really in question either.
Okay.
It's just lighthearted debate. Okay. Farron, you do note a shooting range.
Is there a prize for that, or is there anything?
Yes, you are handed. Hang on. Thank you for reminding me. You were handed 73 gold.
All right.
I know, it is significantly more. Zaz. I rolled a
Your
D100.
game's much better than mine.
I rolled a D100. Farron, you do note a shooting range where multiple people have crossbows, bows, a couple of guns. You've never seen a gun before. So this is, you see these kind of long-barreled, you've seen cannons before, but this seems to be something smaller, more compact. And they're loud.
Farron is gonna go over with Tokyo, 1, to distract herself from all the people, and 2, because she's very curious on what this thing is.
Okay. After paying admittance, just a couple of copper, you kind of step in and you kind of jolt at the loud crack from this long-barreled musket of some kind, and you watch it go very far but misses, and blast, and it's this old dwarf who's like, and he starts recalibrating his gun and stuff like that, looks up at you. "How are you doing?"
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
"I am very well. I've been missing all day."
If you don't mind me asking, sir, but what is this weapon you have?
"Oh, this here is my darling. It's a flintlock. You have to turn your head when you go to shoot it, so your aim is in question on any kind of moving target." But would you like to try it?
If you show me how it works.
Sure. He spends a couple of minutes. Arthurlos, you finish up your debate. He kind of finds Zaz nearby, who's still just going to town on these candied nuts. And you kind of look around for Farron, and you eventually do spot her. By the shooting range, and you can see that he's got she's learning on some kind of weird contraption that looks kind of like a cannon.
Wander over and just kind of watch.
Yeah. Eventually,
Arthlos hasn't seen one, right? This is new.
This is new technology.
Okay, yeah. So yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make a dexterity. Go ahead and make a roll to hit. Rather. Blech. Where did my music go?
Got a 12 to hit.
12 to hit. You do in fact miss. And the crack and the heat on your neck from the muzzle flash is loud and jarring.
Just gonna shake it off. Can I try again?
Absolutely. And he starts reloading it, just happy to talk about it. He goes on to talk about how this new technology has been developed from Jarl Perenna, and how they've been kind of cranking out these new hand cannons, essentially. Go ahead and roll again. He kind of instructs you, helps, and kind of go ahead and roll at advantage as he kind of assists you in taking your aim, and then he kind of moves his head out of the way when you go to pull the flint.
22.
Yeah, you succeed in reaching incredibly far, and hitting it dead-eyed. And he goes, "Well, that was quite good. It was. Well done." He kind of looks jealous. And he's like, "All right, give me back my gun," kind of a thing.
She hands it back and says, "Thank you for showing me."
Absolutely. You should consider joining the tournament. You've got quite the aim on you.
Which tournament?
In the arena, there is one day designated towards ranged dueling, as it were.
All right. Thank you for your kindness.
Yeah,
Kind of goes back to his little corner of the area.
She's just gonna turn around and find Arbalest, and it says it's right there too.
Mm-hmm. As you go to turn around, yeah, okay. You catch a face that you know. Just for a second. Just for a split second, you could have sworn you saw your brother.
Carter. They're just gonna stop, grab her necklace, and then she's gonna take off in the direction she saw.
Okay, Zaz, Arthlos, you're about to say something because of the shot that was very impressive, and then you watch her stop, say something under her breath, grab her, and then just take off.
Hey, whoa, what's the hurry?
She's gonna mumble something over her shoulder that he can't make out, and then just keep going.
Okay.
Well.
What pastries?
Arthlos is just like, it'll sort itself out.
She got it.
She's fine. She's capable.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I don't know anything about her backstory at all, so I don't know.
She's the one with dogs.
Maybe she went to find the bathroom. I don't know.
All right, jumping over to Styx and Ziller. Orc, thank you for the resub, my homie. Styx and Ziller. You begin making your way up into you make your way up into the upper crust. It's a little quieter. The people are a little less raucous, and it seems like everyone's really dressed, nicer here. This is where the money is. You pass by the flailing halfling on your way.
Oh, wait, I'm gonna go check on my order. I'm gonna knock on the door.
The door is open. You can see light pouring in from the other side.
I bust in and I say, Halfling friend, it is I!
You bust
Ziller?
in. Sticks. You're standing there watching him suddenly pivot and divert, and before you can do anything, you hear... Sticks.
I look for the source.
You turn around and there is an interesting balding gentleman in arcane robes. You vaguely recognize him as one of the old mentors, one of the old professors of the Arcanum. And he goes, I knew it was you. He steps
It's
forward.
pretty easy to spot me.
Indeed. Indeed, my friend. I heard you are doing well for yourself. I read the dissertation, friend.
Okay, we are talking about the paper. What did you think?
Enlightening. I would love to pick your brains on the matter. Not right now, of course. We are in a festive mood and all. I have been hoping to see you again. To see you here. As I wanted to introduce myself on a less formal standing. We, I do believe, are now equals. You were a pupil of mine, and while he looks over at the shop, oh, halfling! Yelling for just walking into the magic item shop. He goes, and while some of us were very charismatic and successful in their own right, I do remember you were focused.
Like a beam.
I am the new court wizard. And I have brought with me the endorsed letters. And he hands it to you. Pick your name well, friend.
Wait, so being a name the one is like multiple choice, or
you, in your case, get to pick your name. You have been endorsed by the Arcanum with your dissertation about the True Ice. And your journeys into the high places has brought in enough new information with the Arch Wizard, I believe it was, who told you that he would back and endorse you if you got that thing written out. You did mention that you wrote it all out and had it sent off.
Yep.
This is the conclusion of that.
I need a name. I mean, I already have a name, but
Ilfas delivered it, didn't
he? I forget who delivered it because it finished getting...
Right. The monk. The monk. Yeah, you had him scurried out there. It was delivered by an interesting individual with an owl mask.
We met him in the Frost Fogs. He was a scared, shivering thing when we found him in the cave.
Indeed. He's surprisingly adept. He's been working on making a name for himself. I believe he's off investigating the mines as we speak.
Like the Kjol mines?
Indeed. He stopped by the Arcanum on the way there. I hope he is well.
When you say he is surprisingly adept, is he like magically?
Indeed. His order is quite capable at what they do. His monastery. Keep your eyes out for that one. He's slippery.
Oh.
I also have heard word that you've got a fancy ball.
Rab's
I'm sorry.
bag.
I can't do this music. It's jarring. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I just kind of like putting a hand on your wallet. To the thing. I do have a crystal ball.
From what I understand, it was pivotal in discovering the treachery that has found its way into all manner of places, including our good Arcanium. I'll be frank. My new position here would benefit greatly from the possession of such an item that I might keep our Kjol and the Arcanum safe from such intrusions, and I am prepared to make it worth your while.
It would have to be a very good while. I am not going to just give
Your weight
some
in
random
diamonds, friend. Precious jewels.
Maybe. Make it berries and maybe we have a deal.
Done.
No, this was a joke.
Oh,
I know they do not teach this in Arcanum. That's why I have learned it, but
side speak has always been lost on me.
I don't think so.
Unfortunate. Well, I made the attempt. I can clear my conscience at least.
I do not believe after my magic dad was murdered and became a changeling. I don't think I would trust anyone else with Lebol. Because, I mean, it happened to him and he was right there.
And are you worthy of this burden? Are you constantly within the area of those who you would hope to protect? I am.
I have my group, but I mean, riddle me this. There is only one ball.
This is true.
There is a lot of Kjol.
This is also true.
I will look after my little pocket.
And does your little pocket hold precedence over the Jarl and the Arcanum? I do not push. I apologize. I am a debater at heart. You have told me no, and I shall respect that.
You should try the debating game done at the festival.
I hold the record.
Do I have someone that you should meet? He is this snake man named Arthalos.
Lord
The
Arthalos,
snake
we
man.
have heard of him.
You know I look like a person, right?
He's a snake man.
Okay. Just checking.
He's describing your personality, not your
Okay.
appearance.
Okay. Good.
I have heard of Lord Arthalos and his rise to success. I hope our little Arcanum Inquisitor, Sojourn, I hope he found his way to Lord Arthalos's keep without delay.
He did, but... So, hold on. When I hear Inquisitor, I go Inquisition from, like, Spanish Inquisition, and, like, Inquisitor from, like, 40K.
That's fair. So, Inquisitor, you would know, is someone who asks questions. He was not powerful enough to make it as a magic wielder, but he is... Think of it as, like, a traveling philosopher on behalf of the Arcanum.
So most likely not going to start torturing people for answers.
Not likely. Yeah. Also, him. You know him pretty well.
Gotcha. Yes, he came in earlier. He saw Ziller. They had a little squabble. Something about smiles.
Oh. I see. It took us
Banter,
quite
maybe.
a long time to dig up that teleportation circle. It was buried quite deep in our archives. If you have any questions, friend.
Getting more uncomfortable. Styx and Taco are getting uncomfortable by this guy.
What? Why?
The Arcanum they have is just they're all so weird. They're all so pokey proddy.
Yeah,
No, you can't have my ball.
Real quick, we're gonna jump over to Ziller mid-conversation. So be chewing on how you want to wrap that up. Ziller. Hello there! It's good to see you again, it is.
It is! Yeah, did you ever get to making the flame licky?
Come in the back and shut up, oh my god.
Okay, sorry. Didn't realize this was hush hush.
It was hush hush. We're not supposed to be making magical items except for the Jarl.
I just called it a flame licky. I see weird stuff all the time.
Yes, well, Caution, friend. You scratched me back, and now it's time I scratched yours.
That's a little weird, but okay.
Well, you're very tall, so maybe not. So, he kind of steps into a back area and kind of closes the the cloth drape. And he goes, "I'm quite proud of this one. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's quite good. Incredibly hard to keep in storage, though. My God." He kind of comes back with this long, rapier. It's this like a long, thin metal rod, pretty long. Sorry. And you can see, kind of like Damascus steel. There's this red lining all throughout going along. It's got kind of that red tassel on the back. He goes, "I'm quite proud of this one. I had to buy some very interesting and possibly shady things from the Arcanum, but you know, it's worth it. Again, thank you, if you're you and yours, for helping me with my problems."
No problem. How much is this gonna cost?
I've got a favor. If you're amiable to it.
Depends on the favor.
Well, he kind of pulls out a map. There's this place that my father swears by. May he rest in peace. And supposedly there's this dungeon. This and it's been overrun by goblins for a long time. But deep down in there is a red dragon's frozen body. I would very much like all the little bits and pieces of that dragon carcass for other such creations.
I like adventure. I'll do it.
All right, that'd be great.
Hand over the sword.
For the sword.
Yeah.
Let me know, and I want test results.
Oh, you think I'm not gonna test this thing?
I need to just make sure that gets back to me. I want to know how my craft do.
All right, I'll take studious notes.
Okay, thank you kindly.
Thank you. By the way, I don't say this very often to most people, but thank you. You stuck your neck out for me. That means something.
I'm in your corner, friend. Now get out.
All right, I'm just gonna sheath the blade, and I'm gonna come out and just burst out and be like Sticks! I got Zaz a present.
Both you and the court wizard's head kind of pivots real fast.
Who's this friend?
Never been VC's. Oh, you remember him? He taught us that one class at school.
You don't recognize him.
Yeah.
You might vaguely recognize him, but you didn't pay enough attention.
Yeah. Did you teach like enchantments or something? I never learned any of those.
Hello, once again, Zilla. You recognize the voice.
Oh, hi. Yeah, you did teach enchantments.
And how have you been?
I've been good. Been grand ever since I graduated, you know?
I heard you're a duke now.
I am a duke now. It's very it's amazing.
It's
yeah,
good.
I get to kill stuff now.
Very good. You were always good at that. You were very good at combat. And what you did grasp, you gripped.
Don't like that imagery.
Yes, I would say to never ever say that to a student ever again.
But you're not students, are you?
This is even more uncomfortable now.
Do you want me to kill him?
Anyways, as to avoid you
do I need
attempting to
to
grip
kill
my
this
ball.
guy for you?
No, you do not need to kill him, but I would tell you that in theory, it sounds like he's trying to grip my ball, so we're going to leave.
Wait, have you looked him over with the ball yet?
We're going to after we walk away.
All right, let's walk away. Bye, enchantment professor.
Sticks is gonna walk backwards with the ball, like looking at it.
Yeah, he's a dragon.
He's a what?
Wait a minute. We're coming back.
He's giving you a very knowing smile because he watched you just do it.
Yeah. Permission to swear, Sir Feffers?
Permission denied.
Damn it.
Okay.
What the frick, man?
Wait. I have many questions. Wait, what color was he? Chromatic, metallic.
Metallic.
Okay.
Okay, so he's good, more than likely.
He's a good boy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with silver.
Silver.
Okay.
Googles.
You're telling me you taught at the Arcanum? Are you bored or something?
I mean, he's probably lived for a very long time, probably, honestly.
I won't lie to you. I didn't choose to teach. I was there when the Arcanum began. I was one of the founding members. I wanted to grow our academia and our magic lore as a society. I wanted to help. And then they made me teach the likes of you lot, which admittedly grew on me after a while.
Hold on, wait a minute. There is another thing. One for chat. First line, the friendliest and most social of the metallic dragons. On top of that, a dragon just called Styx an equal.
In the ranks of the Arcanum, sure.
I'm going to be writing that for a while.
So you're now ruling the Arc. You're now the court wizard, is that correct?
I am charged with keeping the Jarl safe, and he listens to me on matters that require a magical perspective.
Okay, so wait, okay. Does he know?
That is a rude question. But yes, he does.
Interesting. Okay, what is your opinion on the Ice Witch? I've made many fart jokes at her.
I'm not sure how she came to be in the position that she is in. But her kind have been around for a while. Long ago, they were forsaken. They were hated, a pariah, even. To see one of them come so far as to be I don't know what they are. They're not romantically involved. They just seem to click. I don't know.
Best friends.
They bicker like an old married couple.
Best friends.
You are aware that us mere mortals, we can coexist with opposite gender platonically.
Mm-hmm. Best friends.
I do. Thank you.
Are we friends now?
Taylor, I would
know.
Okay, just making sure the offer's out there.
I do. He actually goes from he tips from agitated into bemused. This is the most interesting conversation I've had all day. I'm not going to lie to you. I tire of politics, but I see them as a necessary evil. And in the coming times, I think I am going to be needed where I am. Which reminds me, Styx. Now that you have stolen a secret from me, I would like to politely ask one of you.
Okay, go for it.
He looks over at Ziller. Might we have a moment?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
I know where I'm not wanted. Just gonna.
He's most places, Ziller.
I'll have you know I was very well liked. I'm gonna walk out of there. I'm just gonna. I'll be on ahead, making my way to Dad.
Yeah. I would like to.
He's not real.
I would like to know everything about the small community that you come from. And we're going to cut there for a second.
That's a big lore dump.
We're going to jump over to Arthlos and Zaz. Are you guys going with Farron?
I mean, sounds like we're going for round 2.
Of?
Pastries.
Oh, okay. Farron, you pelt through the people. You're kind of jutting through people, kind of moving people out of the way and looking around, and you don't see him. You see a lot of people, and it kind of crashes down on you. A lot of people have turned and looked at you at this point. Make a perception check.
15.
15? You just barely catch the glimpse of the back of his head as he turns down an alleyway.
She's gonna, before she runs after, gonna slip her necklace in underneath the fur on her hood to hide it, and then she's gonna yell after him and follow him.
Okay. You yell after him as he dips down that back alleyway, and you turn. You get to the alleyway and you don't see anyone. It's a dead end. Or you don't see him. It's a dead end. And there is a like a homeless person, kind of older. One kind of lazy eye going off to the side, and smells pretty bad. Kind of looks up and jolted as you kind of burst into the area. The dog, Tokyo, quickly catching up with you and looking around.
Sir, have you seen anyone come down this way?
No. Coin? Please.
She's gonna pull one out of her bag and offer it to him.
Thank you.
I'm sorry for disturbing you.
Of course not. Happy thawing.
Can I roll like another perception check to see if I see anything that might give
Make an insight check on Boyo. If they hurt Farron, we riot. Yeah, that's fair.
Nat 20.
Okay. Homeless person is lying.
She's gonna click to Tokyo to get next to her again. And are you sure you've not seen anyone come down this way?
No.
My companion, Tokyo, can smell a lie. Are you sure that is your final answer?
Roll intimidation. Okay. He's gonna like get up and like back into this trapped area, realize he's trapped, and kind of been like,
I don't want any trouble.
I don't either. I just want to know if someone came down this way.
No one.
Did you come down this way? Recently.
he's going to attempt to turn and try to scale the wall. You stopping him?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick Tokyo on him.
Okay.
Not to like maim or anything. Just
Okay.
to...
So
Murder!
Tokyo lunges forward with a 19 on his acrobatics. Surprisingly, much more agile than some old homeless individual. He starts clambering up, but Tokyo lunges, grabs a hold of one of his ankles, and bears him down to the ground. You can see you can see him returning to the face he was showing you. This is a changeling. who knows your brother's face.
Where did you take this face? Where have you seen him?
I'm not... Which face?
The one you wear right now.
If I tell you, will you let me go?
If you promise to be truthful.
I promise.
She activates her bracelet to spawn the other dogs and the displacer beast.
There it is.
And then the big one.
Small zoo in the
I do
bracelet.
I am not playing with this matter.
Getting the map out.
Yeah, if he tries to run, there's gonna be like 7 opportunity attacks.
That was really smart.
Yeah.
There are 3 mountains in the low places. In a village north of those mountains on the far side of the lake. I saw him there in passing. It seemed like a nobody. No one would ever see this face. He was in a
Look well.
tavern. What?
Did he look well?
He looked tired, but he was whole.
Did you hear anything about where he might be going?
No. It's the truth. You can make an insight check.
Nine.
You have no idea if he's telling the truth or not.
Gonna kind of nod towards Pip. Pip's just gonna growl.
I don't have any information to give. I saw a face. I took it. The
All right,
odds
then.
of someone all the way on the other side of Kjol recognizing some wanderer in some backwater village.
He is my brother.
I see.
He's not some nobody.
Of course.
You were to say this, speak of none of this to anyone. Am I understood?
You are understood.
If I hear it, and you were never to wear this face again.
No, gone. He's already changed back into the homeless person.
You may leave.
He's gonna and the dogs are slowly gonna part, and he's gonna dash out. One of the long tentacles of the displacer beast kind of scraping his side, and he flinches, and he just runs out, and you see him disappear into the crowd.
Fern's just gonna kind of sink down and sit for a second.
Okay, all your dogs.
Steady
You take
herself.
the place of the changeling where he was sitting on the ground, and all the dogs kind of coming over to you, concerned. Pips, seeing all the people, kind of sinks into the shadows of the alleyway. The displacer beast.
She's gonna pet each of the dogs, and she's gonna slowly thank them for helping her, and then put some back into her bracelet. I think leaving Toki out again.
Okay. Moon doesn't wanna. He's concerned about you.
Okay, Moon can stay out.
Okay.
Get him good pets.
Moon's like, I smell so many smells.
Moon's happy.
Oh! I love Moon so much.
Alright, and then after I catch my breath, I'm gonna stand up and try to find the rest of the party.
Okay, you double back. Arthalos and Zaz are just happily talking about whatever, eating stuff. What you guys talking about as she reappears?
Oh, Fern, I got you a pastry, but then I ate it.
You look up and you see that she is like off her game. Normally she's very put together, and she has successfully composed herself pretty well, but given the context of her running off earlier and coming back with kind of a stricken face, and Moon appears concerned.
Two doggos.
Yeah, 2 doggos.
But we can get more. It's okay. We can get more pastries though. I'll go get more pastries.
Offer Arthalos, but I do not think I could stomach a pastry at this moment.
He just looks at her baffled.
Everything good, Farron? You good?
I thought I saw someone from my past.
Ah.
He was a changeling.
Did you kill him?
In the city?
No, he gave me information about one of the faces he wore.
We'll have to report it to somebody.
What were you saying, Farron?
It was my brother, not the changeling, but the face he wore.
Oh.
Family stuff.
Someone who I thought was dead.
He said he saw him?
Yes, in a tavern east of here.
How long ago?
I'm not certain, and he didn't have an answer.
But hey, he's probably alive, so that's good.
It's a
Right?
start. We could look for him.
Or is it not good? It's good? Not good?
It's a good thing.
Good.
Yeah, that's a good. Like if I found out my dad was still alive, I'd be like,
yeah, see?
Ooh, writing
Same.
that down. No, I was kidding. I'm kidding.
My
I've
family's
lost his I
awful.
buried him for a reason. If he's back, that's bad.
like when I left him, he was a shriveled husk. So like, but good silver linings. He's alive. Good news.
And hey, I mean, we travel all over the place. Maybe we'll get a chance.
It is very important to me that I find him again, but I can't allow it to interfere with our mission.
Well, the good news is, you have the information for Twicehewn. You do have the information about the Syndicate. So I'm not saying you have to by any means, but the party would be able to in the near future start making your way across Kjol, because it very much is all the way on the other side of the map.
Farron would very much appreciate that.
You are good at tracking humanoids.
I am. If we are finished here, it would not be a burden, would it, to try to find him?
I mean, I got nothing else.
For everything you've done for us, getting us all over Kjol.
Thank you.
Moon is digging through some trash. Jumping over. Oh, go ahead.
Arthas is letting Moon lick the remnants of sugary goodness off his hands.
Tokyo is just like
Holds out other hand for Tokyo if he wants it, because he knows he does.
Roll animal handling.
What is that?
You just want me to make the sound effect again?
No, I just want all of the dog's love.
Oh, that's fair.
Care less about you making sounds. I need to be loved by all the doggies.
About the dogs.
That's 12.
Tokyo and goes over to stand protectively by Farron. Let's jump over to anything else you guys want to say before we jump over?
I might flag down one of the Jarl's guards.
One of the guards comes over.
And just tell him about the sighting of a changeling, but that we couldn't find him. Not trying to turning it into it. Okay.
You have a moment where you have to explain that there's a if you choose to that there is
I
a
was just
whole
gonna say it in
changeling issue.
passing and then and then,
Okay.
we can move on to other stuff because
Okay.
it's just
Well,
we don't have
that's-
anything.
That rumor
noticed
has
one,
started.
and keep an eye out for suspicious individuals. Since
Oh, I
one was
love this.
pretty loyal to the Jarl, so
Yeah, definitely. See you, Brecht. All right, Zaz. Sorry. Sticks.
Mm-hmm. So, is he wanting like everything?
Are you asking him? I don't.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you, but like it's a lot. So like, do you want the whole kibosh?
I live for quite a long time. I have a lot of it.
Okay, this is okay. Hold on. I'm making a hut.
Yeah, what he takes issue with is your ritual casting, because in most cases it's like pulling open the book and doing a bunch of complex math and magic and stuff like that, and he's like for 10 minutes.
I know. I'm sorry. I picked it up from Ziller. It's the only thing he ever taught me.
All right. Yep. What do you cast?
Come into my hut.
Oh, okay. He goes.
I like how I could have taught you the interpretive dance, but I was like, here's maracas.
Yeah.
Just shake him a bunch. It'll be great.
Yeah. Once you're done, he goes, "You've been hanging out with the monkey paw a lot, and it shows." Anyway,
most would say too much.
That is yet to be determined, I think. Anyway.
So I go into the hut under the presumption that sound won't go out.
Yep.
But
It also cannot be magically scried into, so it was a good call.
What? Okay. So you want the whole kebab? Oh man. Okay, so I come from a grass donut.
I'm sorry?
It's
I do know a few things. I know of this strange sacred place, this almost pocket dimension like Greenland east of the high places.
So all of Kjol is ice, snow. You know this. You live here. I am Firbolg. This is not conducive. My people, we are typically druids. We are one with nature. We like our trees, so on and so forth. So there are a few of us here. That grass place is very important to us, but it is the only place where our normal lives exist.
It makes
And
sense.
the way that, though, is, but it did not come free. So yeah, I call it donut, but it's a very small area that we live, and in the middle of it, there is a literal hole. And at some point before I ever existed, a space was made and negotiated for by cutting some sort of deal with an entity. I do not know what specifically. I don't think any of us do. But in order to maintain our space and to keep, I guess, population down, or make sure we don't outgrow our little pocket of springtime. Anytime that someone is born, either they are unwell or malnourished, or if what most people would see as a blessing, if it is ever twins or triplets, the unwell are cast into the hole in order to appease what makes the space for us.
Interesting.
Along with
this. So an entire druid organization found themselves within Kjol And instead of suffering and facing extinction, your circle made some kind of deal in exchange for the excess of your people.
Yes. And so everybody who lives there, when you come of age, you are normally it's when you come of age you are made aware and you are given the choice to either stay or if it's not you do not agree with, you can leave. But the creed of the Fearbog is so strong, it's about the tribe, about your people. So very few leave. But if you are in one of the situations where you are a twin, you are kind of forcibly told about it because at one point you had a sibling and then at another point you don't. Very early. So that happened to me and I decided to leave.
So you were a twin. And it was...
when he's like, so you were a twin, I'm gonna like summon my spell book and be like, yes.
You have... This is him.
For me at least, yes.
Interesting. You have projected your twin brother who was fed into the hole into your living spellbook.
He's kind of a jerk sometimes as well, but he is mine.
Your twin, the summoned specter, kind of sits there. Do you trust this one? Why are you telling him this?
He is the silver dragon. I don't know what you want from me.
I don't know either. He seems sketchy.
I mean, yes, but
this
we agreed upon an exchange of information.
Fascinating. I can understand why you would come to the Arcanum. Getting away from this morbid and terrible. I mean, I hazard to call it a cult, but this circle of druids is taken quite a dark turn.
As you understand, I could not sit there and continue to reap the benefits of my brother's demise.
I very much do understand. Styx, I apologize for pulling this from you. If there is anything I can ever do for you, call upon me. This has been incredibly useful information. We are investigating things.
Do you plan to go to my home?
Possibly. And now that I have a better understanding of what this pocket dimension is, I must think on it.
I tell you this, though. I do not agree with how they live.
Well,
but I still swear by the creed. You will not touch them. They are still my kin.
Interesting. Regardless of the ongoing murders of their own clan?
It becomes I think about it daily. Well, every morning when I get berries, but...
Every morning. You have been lazy.
We do not have to do this in front of the dragon.
Dragon?
Well, I will take that to heart. Especially seeing as you are the one that told me this information. If I had found it out in other ways, I might have thought differently, but I have the utmost respect for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Do you have a sending stone? Or my old one from my old magic dad? You want to exchange numbers or something?
Tell you what.
Remember how you said if there was anything you could ever do for me?
Yes.
Want to beat my dad?
You know where to find me.
This is true. This is very true. I put my saving stone back in my cloak. A little embarrassed.
Okay. This has been enlightening. Good day.
Goodbye.
My door is open. And he turns and walks out of the bubble.
I do not like him.
Have you ever liked anybody?
I liked you.
Notice the past tense.
I am past tense.
Dix actually chuckles a little bit.
And
Like,
to
that
your
was a good
surprise, he
one.
kind of chuckles along with you. And that's where we're going to leave it for tonight, friends.
I don't get to talk to my dad.
Because he's not
we'll pick up
real.
with that. We'll pick up with your maybe real dad.
I have a dragon dad.
New adopted dad.
I swear,
a new one
I
every
have the
episode.
voice picked out for your dad sticks. From
I really hope
session-
it's just.
from long before session 1, I figured out what your dad sounded like and your mom.
Okay.
All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. I am Sir Feffers. These names are up here for a reason. I don't have to introduce myself. This has been Kjol.